Colorado.
Happy Monday. I'm so excited about this edition of Good Morning Vail. We have our very own Ceci Zak in studio. We're talking all things plant-based foods and about college scholarships. It's going to be a beautiful Monday out there. Good Morning Vail starts right now.
Things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
This weather report is brought to you by Sun & Ski Sports, your new mountain sports headquarters.
Welcome to the TV8 Weather Center. Happy Monday. Let's take a look at that beautiful weather out there. 8 a.m., 62 degrees, a high of 86, mostly sunny skies. As you can see, a little cloud coverage and winds west to southwest, 10 to 15 miles per hour. 8 a.m., 62 degrees and sunny. Noon, 81 and partly cloudy. 4 p.m., 84 and partly cloudy. And then 77 degrees and partly cloudy at 8 p.m. So as you see, the temperatures drop a little bit, but still pretty warm out there. Let's take a look at that I-70 corridor. Eagle, 95 degrees. That is very warm for Eagle, so definitely lather up and drink lots of fluids. Avon, 90 degrees. Vail, 83, and Denver, 100 degrees. So very warm in Denver. Tonight, a low of 56 degrees, partly cloudy. Sunset at 8:32. Winds south to southeast, 10 to 15 miles per hour. So beautiful night to maybe look at the stars, take your dogs on a walk, go just enjoy the cool breeze. Tuesday, mostly sunny, 82 degrees. Wednesday and Thursday, some precipitation. Afternoon, thunderstorms, isolated storms, 78 and 77. Friday, then the rain letting off and actually some isolated thunderstorms Friday as well, and 80 degrees. And then Saturday, mostly sunny and 81 degrees. So we're going to get a little bit of weather this week, but mostly beautiful skies and sunshiny days for this summer. Thank you to Sun & Ski Sports. Go there for all your athletic needs and keep right here for more TV8.
Here at Sun & Ski Sports, we are all about having the best summer adventures. Our full-service bike shop is here to help you get back on the saddle with services ranging from simple tire changes, full bike overhauls, and rentals. If trail running, hiking, or trips to the lake are your thing, our expert staff will fit you in the best performing footwear or clothing. And don't forget about a relaxing day on the water with our stand-up paddleboard rentals. Call Sun & Ski Sports in Avon or Dillon today, or learn more at sunandski.com/CO.
Hi, it's Julio from TV8 Vail. Do you ever wonder why our tagline is "There's more for you" on 92? Because we're always bringing you more. More Good Morning Vail from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. all year long. More local coverage with Vail Vibes and Covered Bridge on TV8. More opportunities to participate with new roundtable panels on mountain perspectives and our new Spanish programming block coming this fall. Find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92, on YouTube, or our website at tv8vail.com.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Ceci Zak got the chance to sit down and talk to amazing climber Ellen Miller. Let's check it out.
I am Ceci Zak, and I am just so excited about today's episode, as I mentioned in the introduction. And I am humbled to be sitting on the couch with Ellen Miller. Thank you so much for joining us today. And the thing that I really would love to spend time on today is that there's so much press out there in media about what you have accomplished. What I would really love our viewers to learn about is who is Ellen and what makes her get up in the morning. So I'm just so grateful that you said yes to this interview. So just to start with the viewers, why Vail? How long have you been here and why do you stay here?
I landed here a little over 30 years ago to manage a tiny little natural food store in what used to be, it's now Solaris, it used to be the Crossroads Shopping Center. It was called Alfalfa's Market. And I moved up from the Front Range from Denver to manage that store. And obviously, after moving to the Vail Valley, I fell in love with it and vowed never to leave because my heart, a big part of my heart, lives in the mountains. So it was a great opportunity for me to, start a life outside of the city and up here in the mountains. So.
But the beauty of that is that you say the heart is in the mountains, but you've given your heart to the Vail Valley. Why is that?
I feel like early on living here, I received so much support from the community for my projects, for my mountaineering, for events that we would do through Alfalfa's. And now that I've gotten older, I have taken a lot of joy out of simply trying to give back. The places that I would train on, the trails, and the wilderness trails, the mountain trails that I would train on for my big Himalayan climbs, gave me so much, Cece. They gave me so much in the way of joy and beauty and mental health that now that I'm an older athlete, I can certainly make the time to give back to those places. So.
Well, I think you've been giving back to those places in the community since you were born, but that's a whole nother episode. But as it relates to you, what is your passion in life?
I love trying to elevate other people. Elevation is kind of the theme of my life, I feel like. And I've also, I work as a caregiver, and I take a lot of joy in taking care of things. And again, I feel like we are so lucky and so blessed to be surrounded by wilderness, to be surrounded by forest land. But it's a precious asset. It's a precious natural asset that we have here in the Vail Valley, and I just want to make sure that I'm one of the people that contributes to taking care of it.
So what do the mountains give you? What is it that brings out the best of Ellen Miller from the mountains?
I feel like through the challenge of climbing mountains, I've learned more about myself. I've learned who I am. I've learned what I'm made out of. And then obviously the sheer beauty of the places that I get to climb in, it's so a pure joy. I honestly feel like I'm just connected to a much bigger world when I can see those big views and those big perspectives. I feel quite insignificant oftentimes when I'm in the big mountains, so it's humbling for me to be there. But it's the joy. It's the joy and the beauty.
So back to your accomplishments, which are just overwhelming and humbling, and they're all in the beauty of the mountains. What have you learned about yourself through all of these unbelievable accomplishments, which if you haven't seen the introduction, you need to go back. But I mean, Ellen is first American woman that has climbed both sides of Mount Everest. She's a multiple 8,000 meter summit, mountain summit individual. She started so many nonprofits and very focused on trail running. But what are the epiphanies that the mountains have really taught you through all of the work that you've done with them thus far?
I think that I'm stronger than I think I am. My endurance is deeper than I think it is. It's resilience that we learn in the mountains. I also think that I've traveled to places that are surrounded by these beautiful cultures. in Nepal. The Nepalese people are just so genuine and gentle and kind. The Buddhists in Tibet, have been so welcoming and kind and warm to me. And I've learned a lot from the cultures that live around the high mountains and surround those high mountains. And the internal aspect of just being able to do more than I thought I could do. So.
And how have you taken those epiphanies and brought them to others thus far?
I feel like I can encourage others through my storytelling of my own experiences in the mountains. So, for example, back when I used to be an endurance coach, I could bring those experiences and tell the people that I was coaching about those. And then also now, I draw on those former experiences of resilience, of toughness, of patience.
Patience,
You
key
know,
virtue.
Those kinds of profound lessons that I've learned in the mountains have come in handy as simply an aging athlete. Honestly, I've been through a number of hip surgeries, and I'm really glad I had that experience of being a climber to draw on when I had to be so patient, and methodical and focused on my healing process. So.
Well, do you mind sharing with the viewers, what you did post 2 hip surgeries? You're an extraordinary mountain endurance athlete, but I think people need to recognize that, when you are challenged with physical things that kind of take us backwards from what we love to do, please share with the viewers, what you were able to endure post 2 hip surgeries.
Well, I think learning how to refocus, maybe not focus so much solely on my athletic interests, but learning about different facets of myself. I think that's when I started thinking more about the Climb for Literacy or getting involved more in my community. But yeah, I think going through several surgeries and the recovery process has been it's been a learning experience for me, and it's been very positive. In the end of the day, those recoveries were just as positive as any mountain I climbed, honestly.
It's an extraordinary accomplishment, and it really is mind over matter, which leads me to a next question. After preparing for speaking with you, you have had multiple dreams in your life. And the process in which you develop your dream in itself is just an extraordinary life lesson for myself and others. Will you tell our viewers a little bit about one of your biggest dreams and how what that process was to get to the dream and how you accomplished it?
I think one of the biggest dream, obviously, was climbing Mount Everest. So it was 20 years, Cece, of baby steps and climbing smaller mountains and learning climbing skills and meeting different people. I think these days a lot of people want instant gratification. And for me, it's been a long, slow, methodical process. And I also want to let people know that I have failed so much more than I have succeeded. I've learned so much more from the mountains that I didn't reach the summit of than the ones I did. And I needed to have those failures in order to learn the skills that helped me to succeed on other higher mountains. So, I know a lot of younger people get discouraged, when they don't get to the summit or something goes wrong on an expedition. But I'm kind of like, you know what? Great learning opportunity there. Think about everything you can learn from that experience, and next time use those lessons on the next attempt of a mountain. So, I think people tend to focus a lot just on what I've succeeded on, but I just want to let everybody know I have failed. There have been a lot of mountains I didn't get to the top of.
I love that. And it begs another question too, is that you've just been so vulnerable to us about this. And how can we help viewers recognize that they should be comfortable with that vulnerability of failure? I know you coach a lot of endurance athletes here in the Valley, and you've been wildly successful in teaching U.S. trail running teams to national championships and world championships. But there's a lot of failure that they have too. So what do you tell them, those young people that get frustrated?
I think I try to to have a lot of empathy initially when someone has, right when someone has failed. But after a little bit of time, I'm the one that's going to say, get back up.
Get back on
up.
the horse.
Stand up. Take one step forward.
Yeah.
Take another step forward. It's just baby steps. It's one step at a time. And I still have to remind myself of that lesson often. Ellen, get back up. Just stand up, focus forward, and learn the lessons where you can, but keep focusing forward. So life is so short.
Yes, it is.
Life is so short, and I just kind of feel like it's fleeting, and so we don't have a lot of time to waste and to just let time slip away, because especially I feel like as an aging athlete, you realize time is limited. So
And we all have so much to give, and it's not just about giving for ourselves, but it's about giving to the greater good of humanitarianism or humanity. So with that, I am going to ask our viewers to stay tuned to Good Day Vail with Ellen Miller. Please do not miss the second half of this episode, where we really focus on how you can make a difference here in the Vail Valley by listening to how Ellen has just had an extraordinary impact in this valley.
Hello everyone, I'd like to welcome you into Rugs Benedict to come explore our 12,000 square foot showroom. We've been serving the Vail Valley for over 50 years now with flooring needs, and we inventory a ton of product from Carpet One to provide the very best values, highest style. We just built a warehouse, 15,000 square foot warehouse in gypsum. So we have over 120 different broadloom carpets. We have a lot of waterproof wood flooring, things that we can install right away. We have employee installers, a lifetime installation warranty. Many of them have been with us for decades, and they're true craftsmen in their work. They're absolutely extraordinary at installing any of the flooring that we provide. We also have over 1,000 area rugs in stock right now, and they start at 2x3s. I could bring these into the studio today, but they go all the way up to 12x16s, and we have them hanging on the racks just like shopping for clothing. So it's very easy for you to just flip through, see what's available. We'll deliver them to your house so you can check out how they look in your space with your lighting. All different sizes, all different shapes, some things that are going to be a little bit more contemporary, as well as tribal, traditional, all the latest and greatest looks. We have things that are hand knotted, silk, woolen silk options, all the way down to some machine-made indoor-outdoor type rugs. So really anything that you're looking for your business, for your home, for a rental, Rugs Benedict can provide it. And one thing I consistently hear when people leave our showroom is, that was so easy, thank you so much. So we make the process very easy. Come in, take a look, and we'd love to offer you a free estimate. Look forward to seeing you in our showroom.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork Valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
Time to rise and shine? There's no better way to start your day off than with the Good Morning Vail crew. You asked for more and TV8 delivered. Good Morning Vail is here for you with your local news, sports, weather, and community events every morning from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. No matter the season, we give you a reason to watch, so grab your coffee and join the fun. Live stream us at tv8vail.com or on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. And remember, there's more for you on 92.
Good morning, Vail.
How amazing is Ellen Miller? We get to sit down with Ceci Zak and Ellen Miller and watch part 2 of the interview.
This is a special interview with Ellen Miller, who to me is just a rock star inside and out and outside and upside down. I just am thrilled to have you here. And as we were just discussing during the break, Ellen, one of the things that you had mentioned that you achieved when you climbed Everest was that you got closer to God. So I know our viewers can really relate to that because they live here in the mountains, and there's a reason why they're in the mountains versus someplace else. So just tell us a little bit about that soulfulness that you experience by living in the mountains and climbing these mountains.
I feel throughout history, mountains have been associated with reverence and with being closer to the heavens, being closer to God. And when I would travel, especially in Tibet and Nepal, there is a deep spirituality that surrounds Mount Everest, Tibetan Buddhism. And some of my favorite times in my life are the memories. I cherish the memories that I spent in monasteries there and with my Sherpa friends there and seeing their ritual and seeing their devotion. And learning from them that these high places are a place of reverence, not of ego. We go to the mountains to touch a higher part of ourselves, to touch a higher part of the earth, but they're not necessarily a place where we want to, be boastful about our climbing achievements or our ego. And that was a profound lesson for me. And, even here when I go up into the Gore Range, Cece, and climb up there, it's peaceful, it's quiet, your perspective is higher. You kind of rise up out of all of the activity that's going on in the valley. And it gives you a higher view, and you do feel connected to something higher. At the same time, you're feeding your soul. So for me, mountain climbing has definitely been very soulful, and not so much about achievement and not so much about proving anything, but the beautiful moments, that I've experienced in nature, in that rarefied environment. I feel incredibly blessed.
So with that as a backdrop and knowing how involved you are with the community, what are your dreams for the Vail Valley? You've climbed Everest and now you're here and you have been giving back and giving back and giving back, but what are your dreams for the Vail Valley?
I think unity. I think that cohesiveness of people we have a lot of different people here from a lot of different backgrounds.
And it's gotten much more intense, that diversity, in the last 2 to 5 years, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And hopefully people can step back and take the time to see what it's like to be in someone else's shoes and to have more patience and understanding and learning. I feel like many of us are in such a great situation here where we can give back. There's a lot of resources here in the Vail Valley, and I like to encourage people to, take their passion, whether it's music or art or horseback riding or gardening, whatever. There's an organization for everything here. Mine just happens to be trails. I feel like most people here do spend time on trails. So I researched the Vail Valley Mountain Trails Alliance, which I have just had a blast volunteering for them and for the town of Vail with the Trail Host program. Eagle Summit Wilderness Alliance has all kinds of opportunities for volunteering. But certainly if your passion is something completely different, there are many opportunities.
So speaking of the trails and knowing that we have the viewers, what few words do you have about protecting our trails that you'd like our viewers to respect?
I would like for our viewers here, since most are residents or part-time residents, to take the responsibility to help be an educator for these precious places, because we have a lot of visitors that just pop in on vacation or pop up from Denver for the day. And to, if you see the opportunity, help to educate those people that, the trails are fragile, wilderness is fragile, wildlife needs a lot of room and a lot of space. Oftentimes we are in their habitat and we need to back off a little bit rather than trying to approach wildlife for photographs and things like that. Taking care of the rivers and streams. So, just helping to protect what we have here, the beauty of these natural resources. That's what I would like to encourage people to do.
So you had mentioned trails are a passion of yours, but I know that there's other focus areas in the community that you spend your time, your precious resource of time. Please tell our viewers about those.
For many years, I created an event called the Climb for Literacy. And the Literacy Project here in the Vail Valley is dear to my heart.
Which, quite frankly, should be dear to every single one of us, because literacy is the key to just humanitarian success in general and happiness.
Yes,
Right? We can all
yes.
communicate together. So, sorry, I didn't mean to
Yeah.
interject, but I'm very passionate about literacy as well.
No, but you're right. You know, the ability to read can
Yep.
lift people up out of a lot of, challenging situations. But I took my love for climbing and my love for reading and combined them. And we had kids on the climbing wall, and they would climb vertical feet, and they would get sponsorship for, the different laps or vertical feet that they would climb. And so we would raise money for the Magic Bus, which is still
Okay.
here in town. It's
Yep.
part of the Vail Valley Foundation. It's an
Absolutely.
educational bus that goes into the neighborhoods with all kinds of really interesting learning tools. And then the Literacy Project. So that was a fun project, I think, for me. And then, I feel like it's easy to find opportunities that other people have made, like the VVMTA or other organizations. Walking Mountains has numerous volunteer opportunities, so whatever people are interested in, you can, it's very gratifying. It gives me a lot of joy to give back. I get...
Yeah, you get high off of it.
Well, you do. You feel like you're being helpful and you're being of service. And especially as I've gotten older, I feel like that's something that enriches my life a lot.
So I'm going to twist this a little bit more to the science side of things, because as I was watching some previous interviews that you've had, you do a lot of coaching, and we had talked about failure before. And if we just look at helping our viewers really recognize the value they can bring, you've helped me understand that we can retrain our neural pathways to whether we're trail running or whether we want to contribute and donate our precious time and resources to something in the Valley. Help us understand a little bit about the neural pathways and how people can think a little bit differently than what they believe.
Well, I think it's important that we're always exposing ourselves to new things and different things.
Love that.
It's uncomfortable.
It is.
Especially in the brain, but it's really good for us.
Especially if our viewers came from someplace else.
Yeah.
And the Valley is much different than where they came from. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but...
No, but I think always learning, always growing. It's always getting out of that comfort zone. I have had a lot of times in my life where I wanted to hunker down into my own comfort zone. And I think that there are certainly times in people's lives when that is appropriate. But I think when we're healthy and we're feeling well and things are going, that's when we need to get outside of our comfort zones. And it's so good for our brains. And I think that, you can do little simple things like brushing your teeth with the opposite hand or
True.
little tiny thing, shopping the grocery store in the opposite way that you usually go. I mean, you don't have to, go out and do anything dramatic, but just mixing up the way that your brain is working.
And one of the things that you had mentioned to me too is that you had a wish for Americans, if they were to really get out of their comfort zone and understand those different cultures that you were talking about and learn about kindness and empathy in a different way. What is that suggestion? Do you remember when we were talking about?
Well, I think that a lot of us are so quick to react these days with our judgments. And as Viktor Frankl said, in between the stimulus and the response, there is a space. And within that space really lies our power. And I just like to encourage people that before we react so quickly, if we can just step back and take a breath and take a moment to think and to calm down and to try to be kind and thoughtful and patient, it just seems like things might go a little smoother than a lot of the aggressive, angrier reactions. And I know this isn't easy. I'm a very passionate person myself, and I'm very opinionated, so I know exactly what it's like to be a bulldozer with my own opinions. But, I think things have been ramped up, a lot these days, so maybe softening it. Spend more time in the wilderness.
Spend more time in the wilderness and have
and calming your nervous system.
and having greater respect for anyone we meet, whether on the trailhead or in the grocery store.
Yes.
So, with that, Ellen, I am just thrilled that you spent this time with Good Day Vail. We are just so honored to have you, and
thank you.
You are just an inspiration to everyone that meets you in so many different ways. And I really hope our viewers take her words to heart. And as Viktor Frankl said, there's that space between knowing what just happened and what your reaction is. And so take that space. And again, thank you for joining us with Good Day Vail. We look forward to having you with us next time. And I know that we are ending with a beautiful photo of Ellen living life to her fullest. So may us all do that as well.
Welcome to the TVA Viewers' Choice Awards, where we celebrate the videos that got the most views from viewers like you. I'm Max Turner. Let's see who's taking home the prizes for the month of May. Taking home the bronze is Good Morning Vail's May 4th edition, featuring important updates from the scoreboard and the town of Avon. The silver award goes to Good Morning Vail on May 18th, featuring recruiter guy Bill Humbert. The gold goes to May 22nd edition of Good Morning Vail, featuring the best of Ceci Zak and Glitz and Glam. The Platinum Award goes to Good Morning Vail's featuring Ride Your Bike to School Day with Mark Sassy on location. And clinching the #1 spot and taking home the Diamond Award is Good Morning Vail's May 2nd edition, featuring Clara Noble in the Eagle Valley Animal Shelter. If you missed any of these trending videos, make sure to migrate over to our YouTube page and check out the playlist for the winners of the month of May. I'm Max Turner, and I'll see you next time.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Vail Skin and Lashes, located in the heart of Avon, offers a full array of aesthetic and medical treatments and services. We feature only the highest quality products in an upscale medical grade skincare boutique. Experience this luxurious, welcoming, and inviting environment. We are dedicated to providing expert personalized care, artistry, wellness, beauty. That's Vail Skin and Lashes Medical Spa.
Join us on the Leadville Railroad. This fun-filled train ride takes you and your family on an unforgettable trip through the heart of the Rockies for a half-day trip of adventure, relaxation, and sightseeing. Enjoy the spectacular Colorado scenery. Even meet the engineer. Book your adventure on the Leadville Railroad today at leadvillerailroad.com.
Good morning, Vail.
This weather report is brought to you by Sun and Ski Sports, your new mountain sports headquarters.
Welcome to the TVA Weather Center. Happy Monday. Let's take a look at that beautiful weather out there. 8 a.m., 62 degrees, a high of 86, mostly sunny skies. As you can see, a little cloud coverage and winds west to southwest, 10 to 15 miles per hour. 8 a.m., 62 degrees and sunny. Noon, 81 and partly cloudy. 4 p.m., 84 and partly cloudy. And then 77 degrees and partly cloudy at 8 p.m. So as you see, the temperatures drop a little bit, but still pretty warm out there. Let's take a look at that I-70 corridor. Eagle, 95 degrees. That is very warm for Eagle, so definitely lather up and drink lots of fluids. Avon, 90 degrees. Vail, 83, and Denver, 100 degrees. So very warm in Denver. Tonight, a low of 56 degrees, partly cloudy. Sunset at 8:32. Winds south to southeast, 10 to 15 miles per hour. So beautiful night to maybe look at the stars, take your dogs on a walk, go just enjoy the cool breeze. Tuesday, mostly sunny, 82 degrees. Wednesday and Thursday, some precipitation. Afternoon, thunderstorms, isolated storms, 78 and 77. Friday, then the rain letting off and actually some isolated thunderstorms Friday as well, and 80 degrees. And then Saturday, mostly sunny and 81 degrees. So we're going to get a little bit of weather this week, but mostly beautiful skies and sunshiny days for this summer. Thank you to Sun and Ski Sports. Go there for all your athletic needs, and keep right here for more TV8.
This weather report is brought to you by Sun and Ski Sports, your new mountain sports headquarters.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Our very own Ben got to sit down and have a really cool opportunity to chat with and talk to Scholarship Al all about college scholarships.
Welcome back to the show. As we're starting to get into summer, students are starting to prepare for college. And one of the most important things for college is figuring out how to fund our college experiences. And we're now joined by Jennifer Finetti of Scholarship Owl, who is an expert in this space to help us kind of experience or explore scholarship opportunities. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about how the scholarship and the college funding environment looks like right now. It's been a little while since I applied myself.
Absolutely. So, students should always submit the FAFSA in October of every year because you need that to apply for federal and state grants. But you can also apply for scholarships. I strongly recommend that students apply for scholarships from the universities they're applying from, scholarships that are local in their own community, and also scholarships from private organizations like what we have on the Scholarship Owl platform.
Awesome. Could you tell us a little bit about the differences between those different kind of categories with the scholarships? I know can be some huge differences between federal and state aid and some of the private offers that are out there.
For sure. So, federal and state grant aid would be money you do not have to repay. And of course, if you take out student loans, that would be money you do have to repay. Scholarships are also funds you do not have to repay. So we really encourage students to focus, first of all, on federal and state grants, and secondly, on scholarships, because the last thing you want to do is graduate college with the burden of debt. Universities that you apply for, they offer lots and lots of scholarships. Many times they're offering them as recruitment enticements. So that's one of the differences between a university scholarship and a private external scholarship. So for example, you could apply to a private university and you might be offered a scholarship of, let's say, $10,000 a year for all 4 years, which is amazing. But if that college normally charges $50,000 a year for you to attend, all included with tuition and room and board, then getting a discount of $10,000 sounds really nice, except that you still owe $40,000, right, per year. So it's really important that you understand, what the total cost of attendance will be minus whatever grant aid you're going to get, as well as minus whatever scholarships you're going to get, so that you can determine your total out-of-pocket cost. When you go to a public university, they may not offer quite as many large scholarships, but the total cost of attendance will be less. So it's important that you evaluate, when you're applying to college, is this a private school? Is this an out-of-state school, which tends to also cost more? Or is it a public in-state university? And then compare that to your total financial aid and scholarship offer to determine which one is going to be most affordable for you.
That totally makes a lot of sense to me. It parallels my own experience when I was applying for colleges. I went to college in Colorado and was looking between CU Boulder and the University of Denver. Despite being half the cost at CU Boulder, the University of Denver offered me almost $50,000 in scholarship opportunities, which ended up making it way the cheaper option.
That's awesome.
Let me ask you this. I know when I was applying, there were tons of scholarship offers from nonprofits, businesses, from all sorts of parts of the community. And one of the things that always stuck with me is the Barbie Scholarship. My freshman year of college, the Barbie Scholarship went to a man because he was the only person who applied. So
wow.
Tell me a little bit about how Scholarship Owl can help students look for some of those more obscure and more unique scholarship opportunities.
We've got so many scholarships on our platform throughout the whole year. One of the mistakes that students make is they apply for scholarships maybe only during a month or two of the school year, But right now this summer, it's a fabulous time to apply for scholarships. At any given time, we usually have about $800,000 or more in available scholarships. So I really encourage students to apply to scholarships year round. One of the things that makes us different is that rather than Googling for scholarships, which is what so many people do, and it can be really frustrating and overwhelming, is that we've got the scholarships right in our platform, making it really easy for students. We're also AI powered. And so, the more you use our platform to apply for scholarships, the more relevant your matches are going to be. We have lots of special tools that you won't find anywhere else. Like, for example, you can see how many other members of Scholarship Owl applied for each scholarship, so that you can look at it and focus on low competition scholarships. We also have credibility scores to make sure you're applying for scholarships that are really worth your time and effort. So there's a lot of really great things within our platform that make it not only faster and easier to apply for scholarships, but that also boost your chances of actually winning those scholarships.
Fantastic. So tell me a little bit about the tools that Scholarship Owl offers to help assist with some of those AI-powered tools. Like, is it anything like how some of those online job applications kind of help autofill some of the more common parts of these forms?
That's a great question. And with Scholarship Owl, you actually don't have to fill out any application forms. So it's one of the things we do is exactly what you just said. So when you fill out your profile on Scholarship Owl, we automatically port that data to all of the applications so that you don't have to fill out your name and your mailing address and your email address and your year in school and your GPA and your major and all those things that providers want to know about you. It's already in your profile, so we just put it into the applications for you. So that's just one of the tools. Another thing that we do is we send weekly AI-powered recommendations to you every single week. And as you use the platform more and more over time, those matches and recommendations are going to be more relevant to you because, kind of like Amazon, when you buy something and it says, here are some other things that people like you have bought. It's sort of like that, right? Where we send these recommendations to you that are based on your interests that you've demonstrated by the way you apply for scholarships.
That totally makes a lot of sense, and was something that I've always found incredibly frustrating about applying for anything online is how often you have to resubmit and refill out the same form over and over. And is there any recommendations that you would have for students who are trying to stay motivated when applying for scholarships, or how frequently they should start to look or apply in the summer?
Motivation to apply for scholarships is one of the largest problems that we encounter with students across the board. And it's simply because a lot of students, get initially motivated and then they get really overwhelmed with the tediousness and repetitiveness of the process. Maybe they don't like applying for essay scholarships, and so many scholarships require an essay, for example. But on our platform, there are lots of scholarships that don't require an essay at all. We do, of course, still have essay scholarships, but we have scholarships where you can apply with a social media link, or you can upload a video or do some kind of artwork if you're an artist. So there's all different kinds of scholarships that help students stay motivated. We also try to have conversations with providers that we work with and encourage them to have the kinds of scholarships that will interest students today. And I think that makes a big difference as well, because, a lot of providers just assume, for example, that you should have an essay because that's what happened when they were applying to college 20, 30 years ago. And now they're in positions to offer scholarships. And so they assume you need to do that. But today's students are different. They're really media savvy. And, so we really try to cater to them with the kinds of scholarships that will appeal to them. And that does help improve motivation.
That's absolutely fantastic. Jennifer, thank you so much for all of this wonderful advice. And before I let you go, do you have one last tip for us?
The most important thing I would say is to not give up. Persistence is really key when it comes to scholarships. And parents can really help with that, really help urge your kids to keep going. And, you can apply for a few scholarships and you sometimes have to wait a few months to find out if you won. Just because you're waiting doesn't mean you should just sit and wait. You should keep on going, keep applying, and really aim for trying to apply to about 3 scholarships per week, if at all possible, year round. And that's really going to increase your odds of winning.
Fantastic. Jennifer Finetti of Scholarship Owl, thank you so much for joining us today, and have a great rest of your afternoon.
Thank you.
Well, that's all the time we have for right now. Don't forget to check out these messages and then join us for more right after this.
Good morning, Vail.
It's that time where we're talking Sun and Ski Sports Product of the Week. Now, if you're making your way out to do any water activities, it's important that you have the right protection with you, and especially since our water levels are so high from all of that precipitation that we saw over the course of the winter and now that snow runoff. So right now, I've got the Onyx Move Vent Life Vest in front of me. This vest has some great features to it, one of which being soft, lightweight foam flotation. Now, if you are looking for this in your kayaks or in your canoes and you want that nice mesh back, well, then it has that feature, making it more comfortable for you to sit anywhere where there's a high back and you need to be nice and safe out there. Now, as you're making your way out into the water, there is a built-in whistle so that if you need to be heard, you can make yourself heard with this lovely whistle. There's also some nice reflection pieces, making it easy for you to be seen as you're out there, and especially if you're doing it first thing in the morning or later into the afternoon when you're out there on the rivers or on the lakes. So make sure that you stop by Sun and Ski Sports and you check out all of their great inventory for these nice pieces that are going to keep you safe out there on the waters. Now, you can always go to their website at sunandski.com for some more information or for some more fabulous products that'll keep you safe out there on the water.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
Suki and Scott show. We are feeling good today. Great show on the way.
Absolutely. And welcome to our show. I'm Suki.
I'm Scott.
And we are feeling good today. You know why? Because we had a great show.
Join us in exploring the everyday lives of community members here in the Vail Valley. Hear their inspiring stories of how they came here, their contributions to our community, and why they chose to call this place home. We want you to be one of our neighbors. If you would like to be featured or nominate someone to be featured, please send an email to danielle@tv8vail.com. We look forward to featuring your story right here on TV8.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. If you love food as much as I do, and I love plant-based food, it's pretty exciting. Liz got to sit down with Before the Butcher and talk all things chorizo. Let's check it out.
Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Liz. We have a very special guest. If you're hungry, you're going to really enjoy this segment. I have Danny O'Malley. Now, he is the founder and president of a company called Before the Butcher. And what that means is sustainable, beautiful food that is all vegetarian. Is that correct, Danny?
You are correct. It's actually vegan, so it does make it vegetarian as well.
So vegan, that means just nothing with eyes, nothing like that. And you are literally going to show us something, how to make, and it's all protein-based plants.
That's correct. Exactly right. So we have our uncut ground chorizo, which is the base of the dip that we're going to make.
I hear your dog barking.
Oh,
he
yes.
wants some.
He's our official taste tester. You can check him out right.
Oh my God, my little heart. Look at that sweet.
Yeah. So he's the official taste tester. So the thing I love, Liz, about this recipe is it is so simple and it's so easy to put it together. And it just things that you can find either already in your refrigerator or you can just jump out to the local store and pick it up. You can pick up a plant-based chorizo in most of your local grocery markets. This is the uncut brand that my company makes. But we also have cheese. We're using a vegan cheese here, but you obviously can use a regular cheese if you want to make it vegetarian. And this is evaporated milk. It's coconut milk, so that's vegan as well. We have chopped tomatoes, and we have diced green chilies here. and then we just add a little bit of green onions on top of it all. And I'm going to walk you through it. It is so easy. It's a lot of fun. It's actually great for the family to do together. And then afterwards, you have this delicious chorizo dip. Over here, we've already got the chorizo cooking, right? And then we make it real simple, right? You're going to take those tomatoes that we showed you. We're just going to dump those in.
Okay.
And then we're going to take the green chilies and we're going to dump those in.
Yummy.
Right? Yeah. So it's going to have a little bit of a spice. The chorizo already has some spice to it. The chili, obviously, depending on the chilies that you pick up, you can pick up spicy ones or mild ones. So it'll have a little bit of a spice here. And I'm just mixing all of these up while the pan is still hot. You can see some of the steam coming off that.
And that's a great way for it to cook fully through, correct? When the pan is already all heated all the way through the entire amount of the pan, it's a better way to get the full cooking experience, correct?
That's exactly right, because you're adding ingredients that are usually room temperature or already cold.
Right.
And then you're adding it to a hot pan with hot ingredients in there already. So you can see that already mixed up, and I tell you, this is really healthy. It's also gluten-free.
I can't believe, number one, it's vegan. Number two, it's gluten-free. Number three, there's 0 meat in there, and yet you can come up with the flavor and deliciousness of chorizo and cheese and a full dip. What did you just put in there? The milk? The condensed
That
milk?
is the evaporated milk.
Evaporated milk.
So that's going to give it kind of a creamy richness to it, smooth it out real nicely. We're going to mix this up real nice as well.
Okay, I want to go swimming in that right now. It looks so good.
Well, the beauty of this is, I do let it simmer for a little while. We're not going to do that today. We don't have all the time to do that. But you could literally put this together in a matter of minutes and dig right in for the big game. And we know what the big game is coming up, right?
We do, and this is a great idea for all the pregame parties, but not only for sports and adventures. You can literally have a nice Sunday afternoon with a bunch of friends gathering together or your family and make this dip, and everybody will just sit around with, well, we have to use gluten-free, maybe chips or maybe some vegetables that you can put inside. Like you can do celery dips and carrots and broccoli and all that good stuff. Look at that. It's thickening up with that cheese.
Yeah, I added cheese to this. This is a vegan mix here, a little Jack and cheddar. And now I added about 75–80% of the cheese because I like to sprinkle a little bit on top at the end. I just love that little bit of cheese on top, even though it's mixed in there and it's already cheese. Oh, it's the best.
Yeah.
It's the best.
I love it. That
So
looks amazing.
I got to tell you, Liz, you're hardly going to believe it, but we are done. That's it.
That's it?
Yes.
Can I have
it is
some,
that
please?
simple. You sure can. So I'm going to sprinkle that cheese on top that I love. So, oh man, I grew up in Wisconsin, live in California, so I am a cheese guy. I love cheese.
Yes.
And then some green onions.
Oh, those
now,
are one of my favorite
you can chop those
things.
up finer. Yeah.
I love those. That looks
Now,
incredible. I want it now. Can I reach in?
Well, I'm gonna show you the best part. I've got some corn chips. I love corn chips, and of course, corn chips are gluten free as well. And
right.
vegan.
Yes.
So here's the best part, Liz. I'm going to send this to you in the mail.
Oh my God! Virtually, I'm so jealous. Oh, it looks so good.
It's so good.
Really, I can literally taste it.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you. The other beauty of this is, like anything else that you cook like this, especially a dip like this, we can't eat all this in a day, right? Unless I have a big party over for the big game. But you can definitely put this in a refrigerator and heat it up a day later, 2 days later. It's even better. It is so good.
Is it microwavable?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
You can put this baby right, as long as you have a microwavable dish, right? Put it right in the microwave, heat it up, and it's
great. No metal pans, please. But I have to say, let me ask you a question. So the chorizo is vegan. How do they go about that? I know this is a product of yours within your company before the butcher. How do they go about making something like this that, oh, look at that baby. Sorry. What a cute dog. That's a King Charles Cavalier?
It is. This is Rupert, and he's my official taste tester for just about everything I do.
Rupert, how's the cheese dip? Yeah, I thought so. Yummy. So the chorizo, how do you make it? It's all through plants and vegetables?
It is. We use a non-GMO soybean as the base of it all, and then we have a proprietary mixed blend of spices, all natural blend of spices. It's all plant-based. It's also gluten-free and non-GMO. It's really fantastic product. The key really to that is, I'm going to let you down, buddy.
Oh.
There he goes. The key there is really the texture. It has an amazing bite and chew and texture that would remind you of regular animal-based proteins like a regular chorizo you might eat, a ground. And the flavor is excellent. When you mix it up like we did right here, put it in a dip like this, you just don't know the difference. It is so fantastic, and it's cholesterol-free as well, which is really important.
Especially today with all of our health and everything that we really want to take care of. And, you know, there's so many people out there that don't want to deal with any animal or vegetable, you know, like the fats and all of that stuff. So you have your alternatives. And this is just this is only one recipe that you have showed us today. Now, is there a way that people can go online and see lots of other recipes?
Sure.
Yeah.
You can go to beforethebutcher.com or btbfoods.com, and we have this recipe amongst a whole bunch of other fantastic recipes that you can make up yourself at home. And if you're interested in the products that we make specifically, you can just go to beforethebutcher.com and we'll send it to you. Make it real easy.
I think that's an amazing idea. I have to say, Danny, I'm really hungry now that I'm sitting here watching you make that amazing dip. It looks really, really good. And for the fact that it has the texture and the flavor and all the spices and everything you need to enjoy anything that would be animal-based without the animal, it's right there in my book. And I think that's a beautiful, beautiful experience. I can't thank you enough, Danny O'Malley. How long have you had Before the Butcher as a company?
I started Before the Butcher in 2017, in September 2017, so we're going on almost 6 years now. We're not going anywhere. We're going to be around for a long time, and we're every day we're looking at new products. We just finished making a pepperoni, a sliced pepperoni, that would absolutely knock your socks off. It is so good. It looks fantastic. Bite, chew, texture, and taste is just amazing.
Okay, I'm going online, beforethebutcher.com. Danny, I can't thank you enough for being part of our program and showing us this incredible recipe and so many more great things. We can stay healthy, we can stay vibrant, we can be alive for a lot longer if we just choose to eat properly. And Before the Butcher is the way to go. Danny O'Malley, thank you very much for being part of our program today.
Thank you, Liz. I appreciate the time.
All right, cryovac that and send it on over, everybody. We're going to really enjoy that. And thanks again to Danny from Before the Butcher right here on our very special program. We'll be back with more show right after this.
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We've transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the Immersion Theater.
Join us on the Leadville Railroad. This fun-filled train ride takes you and your family on an unforgettable trip through the heart of the Rockies for a half-day trip of adventure, relaxation, and sightseeing. Enjoy the spectacular Colorado scenery. Even meet the engineer. Book your adventure on the Leadville Railroad today at leadvillerailroad.com.
You're watching K34QB, Vail, Colorado.
Welcome back to the second half of Good Morning Vail. What an awesome day already. We have Lauren's Kitchen cooking for us today. She's in Edwards, Colorado, out of Edwards, Colorado, and I love, love, love her cooking, so very excited about that. Also, we got the chance to sit down and talk to the reality host, Caught in the Act. If you've ever seen the TV show, pretty interesting stuff. Good Morning Vail starts right now.
This weather report is brought to you by Sun and Ski Sports, your new mountain sports headquarters.
Welcome to the TV8 Weather Center. Happy Monday. Let's take a look at that beautiful weather out there. 8 a.m., 62 degrees, a high of 86, mostly sunny skies. As you can see, a little cloud coverage and winds west to southwest, 10 to 15 miles per hour. 8 a.m., 62 degrees and sunny. Noon, 81 and partly cloudy. 4 p.m., 84 and partly cloudy. And then 77 degrees and partly cloudy at 8 p.m. So as you see, the temperatures drop a little bit, but still pretty warm out there. Let's take a look at that I-70 corridor. Eagle, 95 degrees. That is very warm for Eagle, so definitely lather up and drink lots of fluids. Avon, 90 degrees. Vail, 83, and Denver, 100 degrees. So very warm in Denver. Tonight, a low of 56 degrees, partly cloudy. Sunset at 8:32. Winds south to southeast, 10 to 15 miles per hour. So beautiful night to maybe look at the stars, take your dogs on a walk, go just enjoy the cool breeze. Tuesday, mostly sunny, 82 degrees. Wednesday and Thursday, some precipitation. Afternoon, thunderstorms, isolated storms, 78 and 77. Friday, then the rain letting off and actually some isolated thunderstorms Friday as well, and 80 degrees. And then Saturday, mostly sunny and 81 degrees. So we're going to get a little bit of weather this week, but mostly beautiful skies and sunshiny days for this summer. Thank you to Sun and Ski Sports. Go there for all your athletic needs and keep right here for more TV8.
Good morning, Vail.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork Valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
Do you love the outdoor lifestyle? Make sure you tune in every day at 7 p.m. to catch Scoreboard Nation. It's an outdoor lifestyle show dedicated to your 3 favorite mountain towns, Vail, Beaver Creek, Park City, and Reno, Tahoe. Join us for an incredible venture. Find us on TV8 Vail, Park City Television, or at thescoreboardnation.com. We can't wait to see you there.
When people think of world-class destinations, they're drawn to a place that provides opportunities for fine dining, shopping, superior lodging, exciting events, and unparalleled outdoor activities. Park City, Utah, and Vail, Colorado are renowned destinations for travelers and extraordinary homes for residents. Feature your exceptional products and services in these 2 luxury communities. Advertise with Park City Television and TV8 Vail. Contact us today.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Good morning, Vail.
Maddie got the chance to catch up with Lauren from Lauren's Kitchen in Edwards, and her food is amazing. Let's watch the interview.
As promised, we're going to be doing some delicious cooking in the kitchen, and we've got Lauren from Lauren's Kitchen joining us. Thank you so much for being here this morning.
Yes, thank you for having me.
All right, so I love mushrooms, and I think that what you've got going on here is we were talking a little bit off camera. My mouth is watering, and I'm really excited. But let's briefly talk a little bit about what your business does and how people can benefit from it here in our community.
Most definitely. So I own Lauren's Kitchen. It's in Edwards Riverwalk. We're next in between the Bookworm and Lacey's, in case people don't understand where we're at. We do grab and go and catering, so that actually means that I prepare all the food from scratch in the refrigerators. You can grab, take it to go, reheat it at home, or dine in. And then we also do private catering, so any kind of thing is, the world is your oyster, basically. We do a lot of dietary restrictive items, which is something that not a lot of chefs like to do in the Valley. But I kind of cater to those people specifically. And this dish that we're doing today is actually a naturally gluten-free item, so super popular, super easy to do. Should it be everything that someone is familiar with having in their kitchen already, so.
Which makes it nice and convenient, and I've definitely stopped in to your location next to the Bookworm, only because I don't eat a lot of red meat and pork products. I've removed those from my diet quite some time ago, and it is really hard to find those certain items that you do love. Like, I have a hard time finding a vegetarian lasagna, but I love it so much.
Yep, we do that.
I know, because I've had yours, and it's amazing.
Thank you.
And so it's super nice that people have that option.
Yes, definitely. And yeah, I just like to have all the options available. Like during the day, we have usually a protein, a chicken, a beef, usually some type of vegan option, a vegetarian option, gluten-free, all the things. And then that way someone from all kinds of dietary restrictive groups can come in and find something for each of their members of their family to eat. So
Which I think is so important. And not only that, but your space is so adorable, and your staff is so knowledgeable about what you guys are doing and how you guys are kind of making that difference, especially when you do have a lot of dietary restrictions. It's really hard when you're out and about and you want to just grab something to go quickly.
Exactly.
You can't always stop at that like Wendy's or McDonald's because you can't eat
and
that.
who knows what's in that anyway.
Right, exactly. And so it's really important that people eat healthier and they take care of their bodies, especially because we're such an active place to be right now. So let's get started on making this delicious meal.
Perfect. So these are just regular white button mushrooms that I got from the grocery store. You can buy, they come in the little package. You want to try and get the bigger ones so that you can stuff them. And the cool thing about this recipe is we're going to use every part of the mushroom. So we're not throwing away the stems. We're going to actually chop them up and use them in our dish. And to remove them, you just pop them out. It's super easy. See, they just pop right out. So that way you have the nice little crevice, and then we're going to chop these up, and they will become part of our dish. So I actually have some already chopped up. So in a skillet pan, which is already hot, we're going to add just your regular breakfast sausage. And I prefer this one, but you can use whatever one you like. But it's just the kind that's in the fridge aisle next to the bacon. So you're going to brown those up, and they're just going to be little chunks like this. And you're going to make sure you break them up into little pieces. And then another ingredient is just diced onion, yellow onion, just fine diced. So we're going to add that guy in as well. And that'll cook up in this sausage fat, so you don't need any extra oil or any extra butter or anything like that. And then once that comes together, it'll be basically once the onion is tender, slightly translucent, and then that will be ready to mix with our mushrooms. And we'll put those in as well. I'm just going to turn this up a little so we have some sizzle going. Magic of TV here, right?
Magic of TV. I feel like I'm already learning so much. I'm the worst cook, like hands down.
Right.
It's like embarrassing, and so
no worries. That's why I'm here.
I love this. And
in the Valley, I mean.
Right. Well, exactly. You make it easy, and especially when I'm like, oh, I'm gonna host like a little gathering at my house, and I'm like, I can literally make maybe top ramen, and that's like on a good day. So. You make it nice and convenient, and for those people who are always on the go, super busy, but they want to take care of themselves, you do offer all of these amazing recipes with a lot of delicious options and a lot of delicious ingredients so that it is healthier out there.
Exactly, exactly. And they can, I just require a 2-day heads up because we are a small staff, boutique business.
So 2-day heads up, you can choose from any of my available options, or if you have family recipes you'd rather me recreate, I can do that as well. You can also bring in your own casserole dish, and I will create the meal in your dish, and you can pretend that you made that for your guests, and I'm cool with that.
Wow, you're
So,
like taking, you're doing all the dirty work for a lot of the
Exactly.
people out there who
All
can't
of it.
cook like myself, which is so incredible, and it's
Yep.
just such a fun way for people to experience what you guys do at Lauren's Kitchen.
Yes, exactly. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and skip to. Oh, the other thing I add in here is garlic. I'm not actually sure where that went, but it goes in here. So garlic, and then a little salt and pepper, and a little bit of Italian seasoning. Super easy. That's gonna bring the whole thing to life. And you're just seasoning it so to your taste preference. If you like a lot of pepper, put a lot in. If you don't like a lot of pepper, just a little bit. It's just gonna give it a little kick, and then the Italian seasoning is gonna just give you that second depth of flavor. So once all that cooks up, we'll add in, finally, right? I think I finally turned it on. We'll add in the cream cheese, and this is just store-bought regular cream cheese, full fat. And I do about half a package for like 1 package of mushrooms. So you're not even doing that much cheese. So it's kind of diet friendly. I don't know about sausage, not really, but whatever.
That's all right.
Details.
I mean, it's called balance here.
Yes.
You're getting your mushrooms, so you're getting your fresh veggies that you're just really only going to bake.
Yes, exactly, and you bake them. So, and they're baking in their own juices. Like again, like I said, you can just use like a little Pam spray. You don't have to use olive oil or any other extra fats. And that actually just goes on the mushrooms, but we'll get there. Anyway, so once this cooks down, it will become like this.
Yum.
So this is just the mix, totally mixed up. I fine chopped everything, and it just becomes like a big cream base like this. And then what we're gonna do is just stuff the mushrooms. Pretty easy. I like to load a huge bunch in there, kind of have it over the top, because when it bakes, it will cook down. So like so, put them all in there, stick them on our baking pan, one that you can see. Boop.
I love this. I
Yes.
love anything that has to do with like those comfort food elements.
Yes.
And I feel like this is bringing all of that comfort food together. This makes me feel like the holidays with my mom right now.
Yes, exactly. And this will give you like all the smells of home without like too much effort. You can still enjoy your party. You could also do this ahead of time and then just pop them in a 375 oven for about 5 to 10 minutes, and they'll reheat perfectly just in time for guests to arrive, and you can already be ready to go.
Which is super convenient, and this is also great finger food. So
Yes.
if you're looking for something to serve up on that platter as you're kind of hosting everyone, whether it's for the holidays or whether you're just having one of those amazing dinner parties where you want people to think about the food as you're walking out the door. Now, is this something that people can order in bulk from you guys?
Oh yes, 100%. Yes, I do parties anywhere from, my minimum for selections is about 4 servings. The max is 300. So you just tell me where you want to be on the spectrum, and I got you.
Which makes it super nice and convenient. We're going to take a very short break, and when we come back from the break, we're going to check in on all the products, see how everything is going, and then see what that final product looks like, tastes like, and then tell you guys how you can enjoy Lauren's Kitchen for your parties. So stay tuned.
Perfect. Thank you.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome to the TVA Viewers' Choice Awards, where we celebrate the videos that got the most views from viewers like you. I'm Max Turner. Let's see who's taking home the prizes for the month of May. Taking home the bronze is Good Morning Vail's May 4th edition, featuring important updates from the scoreboard and the town of Avon. The silver award goes to Good Morning Vail on May 18th, featuring recruiter guy Bill Humbert. The gold goes to May 22nd edition of Good Morning Vail, featuring the best of Ceci Zak and Glitz and Glam. The Platinum Award goes to Good Morning Vail's featuring Ride Your Bike to School Day with Mark Sassy on location. And clinching the #1 spot and taking home the Diamond Award is Good Morning Vail's May 2nd edition, featuring Claire Noble in the Eagle Valley Animal Shelter. If you missed any of these trending videos, make sure to migrate over to our YouTube page and check out the playlist for the winners of the month of May. I'm Max Turner, and I'll see you next time.
If this isn't making you hungry, I don't know what will. Lauren's Kitchen, Maddie got to check out all the great food and talk to Lauren herself.
Welcome back to the TV8 kitchen, which we've now given up as Lauren's Kitchen here at the TV8 studio. Lauren, it smells amazing in here. We're just a couple steps away from having the finished product. And so what left do we have to do to these mushrooms?
So the only thing we're going to do left is the Pam spray. It's just any kind of spray that's non-stick you can use. It doesn't matter what kind it is. And I just like to spray the top of it. I also wanted to mention, I put these on parchment paper. That's gonna help prevent sticking, because the last thing you wanna do when you're preparing for a party is to be struggling with the pan trying to get these mushrooms off. Just use parchment. If you don't have parchment, foil works as well. And then we're just gonna spray the tops of them like this. And this is just gonna give it a little sheen. It's gonna make sure the mushrooms cook through, get shiny and pretty, and also will keep everything kind of golden and moist. That's what we're going for.
I think is so incredible, and especially when you're cooking mushrooms in this capacity, you don't want them to become nice and dried out.
Exactly. Do not forget about them in the oven. That's the key.
That's the key. So once you pop these in the oven, what do you want your oven set to?
Okay, the oven, you want to preheat it to 375. I like 375 better than 350 because it'll cook a little bit quicker. It's going to do exactly what we want and not take like an hour to cook. I think I wanted to mention that I know like back in the 70s, 60s and 70s, everything, casseroles and stuff went in at 350. And everybody's just used to recooking things at 350. But I choose 375 because it cooks quicker, it gets everything perfectly golden, and it just takes less time.
So when you
Don't
leave,
suffer.
Yeah, right. You're not sitting there like, oh,
yeah. Why is this taking like 30 minutes when it could take 15? It's like half the time, really.
And this is a great tip, especially because we have a lot of people that come into town that may want to get their hands on these, recook them at their home where they're currently staying as they're visiting, and things cook differently at altitude.
Oh my gosh, that is so true. Good point. So if you are above 9,000 feet, I'm talking to you, Cordillera, and Batra Gulch, you want to basically give everything at least 20 extra minutes from what the recommended time is. And that's going to be for reheating like beef tenderloin, which is one of the holiday specials I do. Because if you do just the basic time, it is not going to reheat. It's going to like get to temperature and then it's going to stop cooking. And you want to actually like continue to cook that through. So you want to give it another 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes on average just to finish cooking.
Which I think is really important, and that's something that I've definitely struggled with recently.
It took me a long time to figure out.
that like
Got
little,
it down.
Right, perfect, which is why we turn to you for all of these important questions.
Exactly.
Now, we were talking a little bit off camera, just because I don't need any red meat or pork products, and obviously this is including some of that. So this isn't a meal that I would necessarily come and get, but you guys have some great alternatives, which would make this meal super friendly to my diet.
Yes, so we've got a couple different options. We do a vegetarian option that's going to be spinach artichoke dip, kind of similar situation where you brown the onions and then you put in spinach to saute until it's wilted, garlic, salt, pepper, cream cheese, same thing, and then a little bit of artichokes. And then I'll just actually pulse that in like a food processor just to get it smooth so it all chunks into the mushroom perfectly, just like kind of what we made with the puree of the sausage. And then another option, and those are really tasty, really good. People love those. Another option is a vegan stuffed mushroom, and those I make with sun-dried tomatoes, spinach, onion, garlic, and walnuts. And the walnuts pureed in a food processor will give that active like a creaminess without having to use cheese. And those are great. And same thing, you just stuff them, put them in the oven, cook them off, and voila.
See, I think it's so incredible when we have all of these options, because sometimes you hear a meal like this and you're like, this is what I want, that stuffed mushroom. I want the crunch of the mushroom. Like, I want all of it, but you have a hard time finding it where it matches your diet.
Exactly.
And so to have a place like Lauren's Kitchen is so incredible here in our community. Now, what inspired you to create Lauren's Kitchen?
So I got the family story. I'm a 6th generation Texan. I escaped. And I grew up cooking with both my grandmothers, paternal grandmothers, and basically we did Southern comfort food all the time. So chicken fried steak, Texas style chili, that means no beans. We did all kinds of like biscuits and gravy, all the comforty stuff. And I really loved doing that because they would let me just have free for all in their kitchen. They'd be like, here's the pantry, here's our leftovers, just make something. And I would just like create all these concoctions. Then I'd usually test them on my little brother.
What a good little brother.
Yeah,
what a
right?
good sport that
Exactly.
your little brother is.
Yes. And we'd get a thumbs up or a thumbs down, then we tweak it and keep going from there. But one thing I noticed with Southern comfort food is it's a lot of heavy fats. So a lot of like dairy, like I think to make my grandmother's famous chocolate pie, it takes 2 sticks of butter, and that was just like extreme.
Right.
So my whole goal with Lauren's Kitchen was to try and kind of keep the comfort food feels, but reduce the fat a little bit. So that's why I have the vegan options, et cetera. And then also I try to downplay the butter and the cream wherever possible. Not saying I never use cream, because I definitely do in some of my casseroles, but it's less than what I grew up on. So it's slightly healthier.
Which I think is important. And also, there's nothing that beats that home-cooked meal and the flavor of it. And just based on your story and based on what I got to see here, I can tell that all of your food is made with love, which is one of those incredible things that, honestly, some people like me definitely miss since I'm not close to home right now.
Yep.
And also, I'm a terrible cook.
Yes, I am here for those terrible cooks. I've got your back, you know.
This is what we love. This is what I need more of in my life. And so now you've created this entire business and you do a lot of things. We were saying from servings of 4
to 300 we can handle. I just need a little heads up. We're not miracle workers. If you come in the day of, I'm going to ask you to come back tomorrow at the very least. But during the holidays, we're a little extreme, and so we need to have as much notice as possible. That being said, I am booked this Christmas. But anytime after that, Easter, et cetera, spring break, we're open, we're ready for you guys.
Which I think is so incredible, and especially as we're starting to see like engagements coming to town to happen.
Lots of weddings.
On the snow and the weddings
Yes.
and all of these fun activities that we know and love here in our community. Now, if people are interested in booking something with you, getting their hands on some of your delicious food, what's the best way for them to do so?
All right, the best way is go to my website, and that's laurenskitchenedwards.com. If you click on, there's 2 buttons there. There's going to be grab and go and catering, which is what I do. So grab and go is going to be more of the storefront. You're just going to come in, see what we have that day, take it home, or eat it at the shop. And then the other option is catering. And if you click on catering, there's a whole set of all my menus that I have currently. And then from there, you can pick and choose whatever you like. I try to list all dietary restrictions. So gluten-free, vegan, if you need any of that. Otherwise, just pick what you like. And I also do naturally gluten-free, naturally vegan. I try not to use the weird alternative stuff. I'm not a fan of rice noodles, etc.
Right.
I don't know. Anyway, so then you just shoot me an email, let me know exactly what you want, how many people are in your party, when you'd like to pick it up, and any dietary restrictions you have, or if none. Also, I need to know if if it's just a group of hungry teenagers, I need to know that because they eat like 3 times as much as most people. Went to a party recently and it was all kids and I was like, oh my goodness, I do not have enough beef tenderloin, and each kid had like 5 pieces, and I was like, these girls aren't gonna get any because the guys took all the meat. But it's because I didn't know. I thought it was just a regular group.
I have identical twin brothers. They are 12.
Oh, yes.
And they eat like truck drivers.
Yes,
like
100%.
they can just eat and eat and eat and not stop at any point. And I'm like, you are a bottomless pit.
100%.
So that is a great
Please let
point.
me know that.
If you've got a room filled with bottomless pits, make sure that she knows so that she can accommodate to that. Now, we have let these cook in the oven for a little bit of time.
Yep, so about 10 to 15 minutes at 375. And then we'll see what we got, and then we'll decorate it and make it even prettier for your guests.
All right,
so ready for this?
Yes, let's pull them out. Let's see this final product.
Perfect.
Let's see how delicious they look now that they're all cooked through.
And this is I have a magic of television set here.
Yes.
So these are going to be a little bit more golden than the ones that I just put in because they were cooked a little bit longer. And you can tell that they're just a little bit golden on the sides. And you can tell that kind of cooked as well. It's not as white and pale like it was. And then what we're going to do to decorate it, easy peasy. I just have some fresh chopped parsley. You can also use dried parsley. If you do dried, put it in the mix before you put it in the oven, and that'll like tenderize it. Otherwise, you got weird crunchy parsley on top. Whatever, it's your mushroom, whatever.
These are all such good cooking tips, and especially because I'm just like so oblivious.
Yeah.
So this is something that really helps.
And then this is just grated Parmesan cheese. You can just use the kind in the green can, whatever works for you. And you just sprinkle it on, and you see how it kind of like makes it look like little snow dust.
Yes.
Pretty, and then that'll also give a little bit more umami to it. And then you do the parsley. Pretty, right?
Super pretty. They look absolutely delicious. I'm really sad that I'm missing out due to the sausage on these, but they look beautiful. And so people can definitely come and get their hands on them from you.
Yes, definitely. I do need a pre-order on these. They do not hold well, so I don't have my fridge stocked with a lot of the appetizer finger foods, just because my whole goal is minimal waste, and I don't like things just sitting in the fridge. I hate throwing away food that doesn't sell. So anything that's in the fridge is going to be something that can hang out for at least a day or two before it goes, and then before it sells, I should say. And then you have about 5 to 6 days to eat it after that. So,
amazing. That's incredible. Lauren, thank you so much
You're
for coming
welcome.
in, making the TV8 studio Lauren's personal kitchen, because I really love it, and you can come back anytime to hang out with me.
Perfect.
Teach me all these cooking tips,
Yes, there's plenty more tips to go around. Definitely.
Lauren, thank you again so much
Thank
for
you.
coming
Thank you so
in.
much for having me.
Make sure that you check out Lauren's Kitchen. It's a great place where you can get your hands on some delicious food that's going to be healthy, hearty, and really bring out that Southern comfort food, but also while making it feel like you're eating at your mom's house. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show, so stay tuned.
Good morning, Vail.
It's that time where we're talking Sun and Ski Sports Product of the Week. Now, if you're making your way out to do any water activities, it's important that you have the right protection with you, and especially since our water levels are so high from all of that precipitation that we saw over the course of the winter and now that snow runoff. So right now, I've got the Onyx Move Vent Life Vest in front of me. This vest has some great features to it, one of which being soft, lightweight foam flotation. Now, if you are looking for this in your kayaks or in your canoes and you want that nice mesh back, well, then it has that feature, making it more comfortable for you to sit anywhere where there's a high back and you need to be nice and safe out there. Now, as you're making your way out into the water, there is a built-in whistle so that if you need to be heard, you can make yourself heard with this lovely whistle. There's also some nice reflection pieces, making it easy for you to be seen as you're out there, and especially if you're doing it first thing in the morning or later into the afternoon when you're out there on the rivers or on the lakes. So make sure that you stop by Sun and Ski Sports and you check out all of their great inventory for these nice pieces that are going to keep you safe out there on the waters. Now, you can always go to their website at sunandski.com for some more information or for some more fabulous products that'll keep you safe out there on the water.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles, and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
Time to rise and shine? There's no better way to start your day off than with the Good Morning Vail crew. You asked for more and TV8 delivered. Good Morning Vail is here for you with your local news, sports, weather, and community events every morning from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. No matter the season, we give you a reason to watch, so grab your coffee and join the fun. Live stream us at tv8vail.com or on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. And remember, there's more for you on 92.
Good morning, Vail.
This weather report is brought to you by Sun and Ski Sports, your new mountain sports headquarters.
Welcome to the TV8 Weather Center. Happy Monday. Let's take a look at that beautiful weather out there. 8 a.m., 62 degrees, a high of 86, mostly sunny skies. As you can see, a little cloud coverage and winds west to southwest, 10 to 15 miles per hour. 8 a.m., 62 degrees and sunny. Noon, 81 and partly cloudy. 4 p.m., 84 and partly cloudy. And then 77 degrees and partly cloudy at 8 p.m. So as you see, the temperatures drop a little bit, but still pretty warm out there. Let's take a look at that I-70 corridor. Eagle, 95 degrees. That is very warm for Eagle, so definitely lather up and drink lots of fluids. Avon, 90 degrees. Vail, 83, and Denver, 100 degrees. So very warm in Denver. Tonight, a low of 56 degrees, partly cloudy. Sunset at 8:32. Winds south to southeast, 10 to 15 miles per hour. So beautiful night to maybe look at the stars, take your dogs on a walk, go just enjoy the cool breeze. Tuesday, mostly sunny, 82 degrees. Wednesday and Thursday, some precipitation. Afternoon, thunderstorms, isolated storms, 78 and 77. Friday, then the rain letting off and actually some isolated thunderstorms Friday as well, and 80 degrees. And then Saturday, mostly sunny and 81 degrees. So we're going to get a little bit of weather this week, but mostly beautiful skies and sunshiny days for this summer. Thank you to Sun and Ski Sports. Go there for all your athletic needs and keep right here for more TV8.
This weather report is brought to you by Sun and Ski Sports, your new mountain sports headquarters.
Such an honor to speak with you. You're so great on this show. You're so compassionate. You're a great listener. Tell us again, what led you to say, yes, I really want to do this show?
Well, caught in the act unfaithful, that when the network presented it to me, it was all about helping people navigate infidelity in their relationships. And for me, who had experienced that, I wished I had had an outlet that I could either look at or someone that I could speak with that, could help me maneuver the emotions, the feelings, the understanding the lack of commitment that was in my relationship. And so I felt like I think I'd be the perfect person, because that was 2001, when I got divorced from my ex-husband, and I've figured out a way to heal from the things that I had gone through, have a clear understanding of what that relationship was and what I was looking for. And I feel like I can be someone to impart some of my wisdom of having gone through the experience myself to help them navigate their situations.
Absolutely. And now a new season, new network. Tell us what it's like to be renewed for season 2 and now to be on MTV.
Well, to get that season 2 order, and we actually got it before we aired season 1. That's I've heard is unprecedented in the building that I'm in, and so I was very excited about that. It showed me that they believed in the show. It showed me that they believed in me. And what we're really trying to do with the show is not just about following people and giving you high drama. You get that, right? We understand that. But it's also about being able to offer the viewers something from this experience, taking home new terms, learning new terminology that may be applicable in their relationships. You also get a bit of psychology from our relationship experts. And all of that was important to me. And being at MTV brings it home for me. It's a full circle moment.
Absolutely.
1993, I walked into MTV and was on the Real World. You know what I mean? So for me, it just feels like coming home and doing something I love to do with a network I love to do, and hopefully the people I love to be with, and hopefully the people love it.
Absolutely. I feel like in the end credits, they should have a Venmo account for people who watch this to be able to send you therapy money, and all the other people who are working on the show.
Who are working on the show. Yes, because it is a wild ride. I am one of those people who absorbs energy. So for me to see these women and or men going through these challenging moments in their relationship, I want to help them. I want to make it right. I want, everything about their lives to be perfect. And so to help them navigate that, sometimes it's challenging, but we get through it because that's what we're there to do. That's what we signed up to do.
Right, and to be clear to the audience, a lot of these couples, this is actually it's a turning point for every couple during this time, but sometimes it goes in the direction where they're able to heal and get back together.
Yes.
So it's not always like the you, and you type of thing.
No, and that's the beauty of the show, right? Is that my job on this show is not to tell them which way they should go. What I'm there to do is to provide them the truth about their relationship, give them an opportunity to sit down and talk to the other person if they want to do so. And then they're able to reach a proper decision about which way they want to go in their relationship. And all I have to do is say, at this point, do the work. If you want to stay, do the work. If you don't want to stay, you still have to do the work because you've just gone through something very traumatic. All of it involves you taking accountability, you being present for your situation, and you learning how to move forward or move on.
Absolutely. There are certain triggers people have in a relationship. If there's a couple and MTV's on, the show comes on, and the spouse says, "No, I don't want to watch it. I'm going to go to my room." Is that a potential? I should look into that.
Well, here's the thing. Your intuition is the most valuable asset that you have. The only thing you have to be sure of is that you have discernment within your intuition, because all of us have baggage, right? We've gone through experiences, certain things stick out to us. We have to learn how to manage our triggers, know who our mate is in their entirety, analyze your relationship. If someone doesn't want to watch this show with you, maybe it's because they don't want to watch this show. It doesn't necessarily mean that there's something going on. And that's where you have to know your mate. But hopefully people will sit down and watch it together, because I think they are going to take away some real gems. We've got some relationship experts on the show, Coach Ken Canyon, DJ Envy, and they really offer some insight into certain situations and certain interpersonal dynamics that I think will be valuable to people who are watching.
Absolutely. You say you love great energy. You have great energy. Really a blessing to speak with you today. Thanks for all you do. So much joy to watch you. Take care.
Thank you so much. All right. Bye.
Good morning, Vail.
Hey there, I'm Ceci with Good Day Vail, and today on this episode, we have Heather Hansman, the author of Powder Days. It is an episode you don't want to miss because it's all about the future of skiing in our ski town, specifically the Vail Valley. See you soon.
Hi there. Are you ready to explore famous neighborhoods from New York City to Kentucky? Watch The Neighborhood with host Nicole Newman. Featuring famous people, unique history, and delicious places to eat and drink. Our viewers get an inside personal look at each neighborhood. With each episode we learn, grow, laugh, and live like a local, not just a visitor. Welcome to The Neighborhood. Check your local program schedule and tune in.
Learn the latest in science each week and how it relates to everyday life. From space exploration to plant biology to the latest in high-tech advances. Every new scientific development is explored and explained in an understandable way. Amazing stories each week. Watch Science Now.
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We've transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley with immersive, cutting-edge technology you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the Immersion Theater.
Join us in exploring the everyday lives of community members here in the Vail Valley. Hear their inspiring stories of how they came here, their contributions to our community, and why they chose to call this place home. We want you to be one of our neighbors. If you would like to be featured or nominate someone to be featured, please send an email to danielle@tv8vail.com. We look forward to featuring your story right here on TV8.
TV8, there's more for you on 92. Serving the local community 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Good morning, Vail.
I've never gotten the chance to throw an axe yet, and I think axe throwing sounds and looks so much fun. I know it's the new kind of posh, cool thing to do. It's wood, steel, and axe. Let's check out the axe throwing.
If you're looking for something fun to do, well, there's a great way to kill some time and have a good time while you're doing it. And we're at Wood and Steel Axe right now, and I'm here with Tony Herrera. Thank you for meeting me.
Yeah, thank you so much. Appreciate you guys coming out and experiencing axe throwing. We absolutely love what we do in here, and pumped you're here.
They don't let me use knives on TV, even to cut like watermelon, so the fact that they're letting me use an axe is amazing. You guys don't just offer axes though, you have a lot of really fun things to do here.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can come in here, have a great time. We have foosball, cornhole, Jenga, ring toss games. We even have kids axe throwing for the youngsters that want to come in and have a good time throwing axes. So there's lots to do in here.
And not only that, but you have a great bar, which is directly behind us, so people can come in, they can really just enjoy, and you guys have such a cool and unique space that it's really just a fun place to hang out.
Yeah, absolutely. No reservations needed. You can come in here and just hang out at the bar, grab a drink, play some Jenga with some friends, and just have a good time.
And you guys have been here for how long, and how did you get started?
So we've been partnering with the Grand Hyatt in Vail for about 2.5 years. Our business started in 2019 with one mobile axe throwing trailer where we really felt that we wanted to bring axe throwing to you. So we activate space, event centers, corporate outings, team buildings, you name it. Now we have 3 axe throwing trailers that travel the entire state, and we have our indoor facility here. It's 3,500 square feet. It has 4 axe bays with 8 targets, and then of course all the games that we mentioned too.
I know, and I was looking at the cornhole earlier. That's like a perfect place to do it. That way, if maybe you're not the best at throwing axes, you can throw some nice little cornhole bags and enjoy your time here.
Yeah, that's right. It's a great place to come in, especially indoors. There's not many places where you can throw bags indoors in Vail. And we're coming up on our ski season, so no better time to come indoors and have a good time.
Especially as these temperatures are starting to drop, it's going to be hard to want to stay out all night and all day outside. Although we all love to ski and snowboard, this is a great way to maybe do some après.
Absolutely. Come in here, après, relax a little bit, right? We want you to rewind, come in and just enjoy a good time, and relax is most importantly. Get ready for your next work day, get ready for your next ski day. Come on in.
And you guys do large parties here as well. So if someone is coming to town, maybe a bachelor or bachelorette party, and they want to get everyone here to have a great time, that's something that they can arrange with you guys.
Absolutely. They can contact us. We can do large events. We can host up to 120 people in our indoor facility. Again, we can always come out to you at your location too, which is a lot of fun. And then we organize team buildings and games and all sorts of engagement exercises for your team to just really connect with one another. Get out of that 9 to 5, get out of that cubicle that you're in, and really connect with your team.
Which I think is so important, and I think especially now after we're just coming off COVID, people have been kind of distant from each other. This is a great way to get right back into the swing of things. Get it? Haha, I'm so funny. And kind of do something a little bit different.
Absolutely, right? Axe throwing, it's an exhilarating experience, right? You don't get to do this every day, right? So we get to put you in a little bit of an uncomfortable experience in a safe way. We're very adamant about coaching and safety. So when you come and hang out with us, we have a coach with you. We're teaching you the whole thing. We're showing you the safety, giving you some tips and tricks to really have a good time axe throwing. We want you to leave here when you're visiting us, or as a local, come visit us. But when you leave here, go back to your hometown, experience axe throwing in your hometown too.
Which I think is so amazing, and this is something that we really enjoy having here, especially because you guys do such a great job with any of the events that you get to go to and be a part of. And then the space here, like I've said, is wonderful, and it just looks like a ton of fun. And so I think you're going to teach me how to throw an axe, which I'm just a little bit nervous for.
I'd love to have the opportunity. I think we should do it.
All right, let's go learn how to throw an axe. Now we've made our way to the bay, and this is where things are going to get a ton of fun. We're going to learn how to throw some axes right now, and you're kind of a professional in this.
I don't know about professional, but I've been throwing axes for a long time, and I think we can get you to stick one today.
All right, I think that we can too, as long as my shoulder doesn't give out on us. But I think that let's go through the motions of kind of what I need to learn to be able to do this, since I've never done it before.
All right, sounds good. I'm going to swap spots with you. I'm going to have you jump up into the red box. This red box really is more just for reference. So I'm going to place you in a spot where I think you're going to throw that axe. This black line right here, don't worry about that either. It's really just a settling line. And what we mean by that is just don't cross that line until everything settles, right? That's kind of one of the safety measures that we have. All right? So one thing we're going to do is just hand you an axe right here. Just go ahead and hang on to that. I want you to hold on to that axe like a baseball bat. All right? So non-dominant hand on the bottom, dominant hand right on top. I want your feet about inside shoulder width apart. Go ahead and scoot up just a little bit, about right about there. That should be a good start. And I want you to take that axe and bring it all the way back and scratch your back. You're not going to throw just yet. I'm going to step out of the way.
I would hope so. I would hope so.
And then we're just going to step and throw. Okay, you're going to come down here in a striking motion and just release your hands and let it fly out. Make sure we're not flicking our wrists. That's where some of the crazy stuff starts to happen. Just let it fly right out. You're going to stick that axe in that board, I guarantee it.
Perfect.
All right? Would you like me to show you how to do it real quick?
Yeah, but you're going to do it, I'm sure, in like finesse.
I don't know about finesse, but I'll show you a one-handed trick that we like to do when we're throwing axes. And we can teach you this whenever you come in and make a reservation with us. We do all sorts of tips and tricks, two-hand, one-hand. We even got a fun underhand one that maybe we can get into as well. So just you're going to step and throw, just like so. It's very simple. Anybody can do it.
Okay, perfect.
All right, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, so you're going to scratch your back, step and throw just like you're throwing a ball. All right, that's a good effort right there. You really did great. I'm just going to have you step back just a little bit. One thing you'll find with our coaches is that we can really dial you in based on your height, your arm stretch, and your whole step. It's crazy, I know, but I think you're going to stick it right here.
There's a method to the madness.
There's a method to the madness for sure.
All right.
All right, third time's the charm, right?
Right.
Okay, here we go. I want you to aim just a little bit higher, all right?
All right.
So you're going a little bit low, so I want you to release just a little bit higher. You're coming down too low. Get you right up here, okay? And there you go. Third time's the charm. That's one thing that we really pride ourselves at Wood and Steel. 3 or less, we're going to get you to stick an axe.
And
Great
so
job.
People are interested in coming to do this because it is a ton of fun. You guys have a great bar. You just have a great ambiance here. What's the best way for them to make a reservation if they want to do so?
Great question. So best way, certainly contact us or get it on our website at woodandsteelaxe.com. There's a little link on there. Click book now. You can book your reservation at the time that you feel is going to fit best for your schedule. Before dinner or after dinner is a great time to come and visit us.
And then if people want to follow you guys on social media, see the fun, and maybe learn some tips and tricks, where can they find you?
Yeah, Wood and Steel Axe. So right up top here, so you can find us at hashtag Wood and Steel Axe, Facebook, Instagram, all your social media accounts, you can find us.
Tony, thank you so much, and thanks for helping me get that
Yeah,
bullseye.
awesome. Great job.
Make sure that you come in, you check it out. It's a ton of fun here. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show.
Good morning, Vail.
If you haven't seen Good Day Vail lately, here's what you've been missing. I'm Ceci Zak, and I'm the host of Good Day Vail, and you can find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92 or on our website at tva8vail.com and on YouTube. We're here to serve the Vail Valley, and we look forward to sharing our story with all of you.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles, and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
Good morning, Vail.
This weather report is brought to you by Sun and Ski Sports, your new mountain sports headquarters.
Welcome to the TV8 Weather Center. Happy Monday. Let's take a look at that beautiful weather out there. 8 a.m., 62 degrees, a high of 86, mostly sunny skies. As you can see, a little cloud coverage and winds west to southwest, 10 to 15 miles per hour. 8 a.m., 62 degrees and sunny. Noon, 81 and partly cloudy. 4 p.m., 84 and partly cloudy. And then 77 degrees and partly cloudy at 8 p.m. So as you see, the temperatures drop a little bit, but still pretty warm out there. Let's take a look at that I-70 corridor. Eagle, 95 degrees. That is very warm for Eagle, so definitely lather up and drink lots of fluids. Avon, 90 degrees. Vail, 83, and Denver, 100 degrees. So very warm in Denver. Tonight, a low of 56 degrees, partly cloudy. Sunset at 8:32. Winds south to southeast, 10 to 15 miles per hour. So beautiful night to maybe look at the stars, take your dogs on a walk, go just enjoy the cool breeze. Tuesday, mostly sunny, 82 degrees. Wednesday and Thursday, some precipitation. Afternoon, thunderstorms, isolated storms, 78 and 77. Friday, then the rain letting off and actually some isolated thunderstorms Friday as well, and 80 degrees. And then Saturday, mostly sunny and 81 degrees. So we're going to get a little bit of weather this week, but mostly beautiful skies and sunshiny days for this summer. Thank you to Sun and Ski Sports. Go there for all your athletic needs and keep it right here for more TV8.
This weather report is brought to you by Sun and Ski Sports, your new mountain sports headquarters.
What an awesome Monday. We were all across the board today on Good Morning Vail, and I'm not mad about it. We got hungry with Lauren's Kitchen. We threw axes, as well as we talked about all things college scholarships. I hope you have an incredible Monday. Get on out there, soak up that sunshine, have some fun, and we'll see you right here tomorrow. More Good Morning Vail. Have a great day, everyone.
So many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Are you looking for exciting and nutritious recipes?